Off our Sunday radio broadcast. Welcome to it. It is Easter today. It is 4/21. It is the day after my fight when we're taping this broadcast. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. You are probably looking at the last time that my head is on my shoulders, because supposedly it's going to get punched open. But let's not discuss that. Let's go to the Skype-a-rooney. We're going to call her on the old Skype and get Dr. Julie Gatza in here. The fantastic Dr. Julie Gatza. She is going to join us here on our Sunday radio broadcast here in just a few moments. Get a hold of us online, JiggyJaguar.com. That is the best spot to say hello to us. And I believe there's Dr. Julie. Dr. Julie, can you hear me, my friend?
Hi. Hi.
We have got a great guest joining us today here on Skype Audio, Dr. Julie Gatza. And kick your sugar cravings is the topic today here in our broadcast. And listeners can go to www.naturesources.com for more information or call 800-827-7656. Use the code radio for free samples, 20% off as well. And Dr. Julie Gatza joins us today here in our broadcast. Are you one of the millions of people who have tried to cut down on sugar and sugary foods but found it impossible because of these intense sugar cravings? First of all, doctor, what the hell causes this?
Well, the biggest thing that causes the sugar cravings is we all have a normal type of yeast in our body called candida. And candida and your normal bacteria are generally supposed to be in a nice balance. When we've had stress on our body, antibiotic use, poor eating habits, what happens is the candida overgrows, and the candida needs sugar to actually live. So a lot of the times that we have intense sugar cravings or we feel like we have no willpower, it's because we have this imbalance, and the candida is basically like a little kid screaming for the next sugar.
You've hit that on the head, my friend. Dr. Julie Gatza with us today. She joins us live here on Skype Audio to discuss this incredible topic today, which is the 5 simple steps to kick your sugar cravings. And according to the United States Department of Agriculture, the average American consumes between 150 to 170 pounds of refined sugar every year. That is amazing. Break that down for me, doctor.
It's a ridiculous amount of sugar, and it's in more than just the obvious sugar things that we're eating. It's in our breads, it's in our cereals, it's in fruit juices, and things that seem healthy. It's in our flavored yogurt, and really we've become so addicted to sugar in our own taste buds that when you knock the sugar out, you start to realize how good real food is, but it's all masked because we have to have the next sugar for the moment, and that's the only way we feel satisfied when it's so imbalanced.
We have got Dr. Julie Gatza with us today. She joins us live here on our big program, coast to coast, border to border, all over TuneIn, iTunes, and, of course, TalkShoe.com, and the Sunday radio broadcast, and, of course, find us the mix on Tuesdays. And let's talk about the Curb Sugar Hungry Canada with yeast-fighting herbs. Tell us a little about this. Give us a breakdown on all this.
Fighting candida has been probably one of the most annoying things as a doctor over 28 years, because people would come in with their suitcases filled with all the nutrition and the over-the-counter stuff and medications that they've taken to try to handle this. And after a while, you kind of roll your eyes because it's not so simple to fix this problem for people. And when I found out about this herb called Colorex is from a plant that's grown only in New Zealand, and they take the extracts of this plant and you take it in a pill form or a capsule form, and it kills the yeast colonies within a month or two of taking it. I've never seen anything like it, and it's completely workable, and it pretty much makes this ungodly problem much more confrontable, and it's fixable.
Absolutely amazing. It's Dr. Julie Gatza. She's with us today here in our broadcast, here on the Sunday Radio broadcast. Thanks for joining us. And, of course, if you want to get involved or get some samples, go to naturesources.com for more information. Or call 800-827-7656. Use the code RADIO for free samples or 20% off. And Dr. Julie Gatza with us today. 5 simple steps to kick your sugar cravings. And talk to us about eat smaller and more frequent meals, Doctor.
Well, a lot of times we're eating, we're skipping a breakfast. We're eating, we're having weird food at lunch or fast food, and then we're coming home and eating a massive dinner. And what happens is your sugar levels aren't regulated when you do that. You should basically, after not eating all night long, sleeping, you should wake up and have some protein for breakfast. And mid-morning, you should have some type of snack that's actually not sugar. Mid-after, or have lunch, have a piece of fish, have a piece of chicken, have a salad. Mid-afternoon, you should have another snack. And then dinner, have a decent, normal-sized dinner. When you eat these small meals throughout the day, you're going to find you don't want so much food in one sitting, and it regulates your blood sugar so you don't have the spikes in it and then the crashes, which causes you to also crave sugar.
We have got Dr. Julie Gatza with us today. She joins us live here in our broadcast, coast to coast, border to border, on the Mix on Tuesdays, and of course, AMFM247.com, tune in, iTunes. And Dr. Gatza is with us today talking about the 5 simple steps to kick your sugar cravings. And, of course, if you want to get more information, check out naturesources.com for more information or call 800-827-7656. Use the code RADIO for free samples or 20% off. And you also mentioned toss out the sugar and some of these sugary foods. That sounds a little bit more easier said than done, my friend.
Well, what you do is you eat a huge meal so you're not hungry, and then you start going through your house for all the sugar. And, the cookies, the high fructose corn syrup drinks that you have, anything that actually has sugar in it, get rid of it. But do it while you're full, because then you don't have such a loss. And when you do that, when it's not in the house, it's a lot easier to say no to it. It's so hard to not eat sugar when you know you have some hidden in your desk drawer. And, you also have it in the back of the pantry and, in a crisper in the refrigerator.
Fantastic stuff. It's Dr. Julie Gatza today here on Skype Audio. And Dr. Julie Gatza is pretty amazing. She has a really, really good background in the world of being a doctor. 20 years of a clinical practice and highly popular speaker. Talk to us a little bit about your background, my friend.
Well, I'm a chiropractor by education. I specialize in chronic problems in my office, so all the hard-to-fix things usually end up at my office, from, people that suffer with diabetes and fibromyalgia and all the digestive problems and infertility and hormonal imbalance. It's really just an inefficient system. It's not a sick body. It's a body that isn't being handled correctly. And once you get that system efficient again, bodies always want to improve. They always want to work correctly. It's just you got to get it efficient before you can actually get that happening. So destroying drugs at a problem is not the solution in my mind. And certainly I think people are starting to wake up a bit to it. But, doing all the hard things is really how you get your health back.
It's Dr. Julie Gatza. She joins us today here in our broadcast. Now, what is the difference between feeling hungry and having cravings for sugar? Break that down for me.
Well, one of the things that happens is you can actually just be hungry. So have protein. I always say protein first, because if you eat a hard-boiled egg and, you wait 5 minutes after you eat it, maybe 10 minutes after you eat it, and you're no longer hungry, fine. You just needed some food. You actually needed some nourishment, something that really the body needed. Now, most people will grab a Coke or candy bar or, I quote-unquote, a nutritional breakfast bar or, some weird food or candy. And granted, it will make them feel better for about 20 minutes, but that's just going to continue to cause that same type of problem carrying on throughout the day. So first, eat some protein. Hard-boiled eggs are my favorite thing to tell people to have because they're simple. You can carry it in a purse. You can put it in a lunch bag and carry it anywhere you want. And it's instant food, instantly healthy for you.
We have got Dr. Julie Gatza. She joins us today here in our program. What food should we avoid and what food should we eat to keep some of these sugar cravings at a minimum, Doctor?
You know, some of the best foods to avoid are the obvious sugars themselves, which people know. You know, the chocolate bars and the candy and, you know, things like that. But what they aren't always aware of are, you know, the bags of pretzels, the potato chips, you know, the toast and the bread and the sandwiches. All that converts into sugar once it gets into your body. So if it is, you know, fluffy, white, and delicious, it's probably something that's going to turn into sugar, and that's just going to continue on. Once you eat pretzels, you can't have one. You need more, and same thing with potato chips. So those things will continue to, you know, give into this situation where you want to crave more of it later.
Amazing stuff. It's Dr. Julie Gatza. She joins us today here on Skype Audio to discuss this incredible topic today about sugar cravings. And listeners can get more information at naturesources.com. That's www.naturesources.com, or call 800-827-7656. Use the code RADIO for free samples or 20% off. And talk to us a little bit about these some of these products that Nature Sources has to stem these sugar cravings and things like this.
Sure. There's this herb in New Zealand called horopito, and the horopito is a plant that actually is known and studied to have killed yeast colonies. So I always look at it like, you know, it goes into the body, it takes a big sword and it chops off the heads of all these yeast colonies, and they die instantly. So it's quite an amazing situation because it has been such a nightmare for people to try to handle yeast problems in the past. They can't have any types of sugars, and they can't have anything with vinegar in it. And oh my goodness, they're, you know, depressed, and they're taking a bunch of stuff, and they've thrown thousands of dollars at this problem. And by taking this nutrient called Kolorex, which is Kolorex, I couldn't believe that it was handling my patients within a month's time. You know, it shows up in men and women and children differently as well. But I mean, New Zealand has this, and they're able to bottle it, and to me, it's a game changer for this problem.
It is Dr. Julie Gatza. She joins us today here in our broadcast. And Dr. Julie, we've mentioned Nature Sources a few times. How do we find you online? How do we get involved with you, my friend?
Well, if you go to the Nature Sources website, I have a link there. And I also am the owner of the Florida Wellness Institute. So I have my own practice. I have a chiropractic practice. I also have 2 stem cell clinics as well. So we're basically treating people hands down for 28 years without drugs and without surgery. And so, you know, we've had tremendous success. And, you know, the beauty of the way that I practice is the worst thing that happens is, you know, maybe somebody doesn't improve all the way, but there is nothing bad that happens when they come to see us because there's no bad side effect. The side effect is we fix your headaches along with the neuropathy.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on our broadcast, and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful holiday weekend, my friend.
Thank you, you as well.
Definitely. Thank you, Doctor. There goes Dr. Julie Gatza on Skype Audio today. Thanks for joining us. We have got another great segment coming up here in a few. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a Sunday, or if you're listening to us on the mix, thanks for dropping by here on a Tuesday, I guess. Dr. Julie Gatza with us today, and that is going to wrap it up for this segment. We are going to take a brief time out, and when we come back, we've got more on the other side.